Let's go live. So, we're going to look at some videos and some comments. And I got to tell you, to put it simple, there's truth and then there's lies. You can choose to believe either one. It's not up to me what you believe. But I'm going to show you examples of people that are making statements that don't make any sense, aren't related to what they're making the statement about, comments and things. Let's watch a video that I put up on TikTok this morning. I'll show you which one. It's this one. FlatEarthDave.com. And, oops, I'll go back. How do I get out of here? Working on it. Sorry, what do I gotta do? Hit profile? Here we go. Okay. This morning I put a video, FlatEarthDave.com. It's a short one, so we're gonna watch it right now. Whoops. Wrong button. So we're just gonna look at comments, and we're gonna talk about them after we watch a video.
Do you see a ship out here? No. But if I'm zooming in and I start making this bigger and bigger and bigger, all of a sudden you go, oh, look, there is a boat there. There is a boat there. Now watch. These little waves, this isn't flat water. These little waves, can my finger block that boat out? No, it can't. But if my finger was a wave in the foreground, it'll block the whole boat. Look, it's disappearing from the bottom up. Is it going over the curve?
If you were to watch it disappear, it would disappear from
The
hull
bottom
to
up.
mast.
It's definitely disappearing from the bottom up. It's because these little waves in the foreground of my finger. Can my finger hide my entire face?
No, not at this.
Yes, it
not
can.
at that distance. As you could, approach the camera. Then
Okay.
it will.
So do you think, so you can't see the surface of the water beyond 3 miles?
Mm-hmm.
You think that boat's getting smaller? Look, can I hide this ball behind my finger? Can I?
Not from that distance.
But if I
as
take
you-
the boat, take it away, look, it goes right behind my finger.
Okay, excuse me. So, do you guys understand the concept that Dave was teaching that person? If you are standing at the ocean and you're watching, let's see here. If you're watching anything out on the water, the waves that are close to you are a certain size, and they're not going to really change size. They're going to be kind of about the same size as they go, right? The waves. And if a boat is going away from you, in fact, I think I have a video about this. I wonder if I could find that. Let me do something. It's worth. I'm just kind of hanging out. I'm not trying to do too much here. Let me see if I can. What did I call that one? I don't know what I called it. Let's see. Yeah, I can't think of it. We'll search that out in a little bit. So I just want to show you some of the TikTok comments. These are great, you guys. So, oh, I got to get you my screen. Okay, I want you to be able to see them. So, 24 comments. Rusted Flypaper says, the gullibility in this room. So we will see gullibility in this room. So he might be talking about the comments. So Rusted Flypaper might be not mocking. So we have Toxic One, Lord. And then he writes, I swear flat earthers are only here to discredit real conspiracy theorists. So I just want to read some of these because I want you guys to see. You'll notice that guys like MC Toon or Fight the Flat Earth or Globey Make Globe Face or anybody that's fighting for the globe, that's like debating, and they're debating that Earth is a globe, you'll notice that they're disingenuous, rude and they mock the other people in the conversation and make fun of them. But you'll also notice that there's a very serious tone to what the flat earthers are trying to show them. You know, Dave, Flat Earth Dave here, he's not laughing at this guy. He's trying to teach this guy something that this guy clearly hasn't thought about ever in his life. Hasn't thought about it. So here, let me open this notepad here. I just wrote some things down. When truth is presented to us in a world of lies, what happens if we reject it without testing it? What if we just hand wave it? No, that's ridiculous. What happens? It's like our mind is shut off to something even harder than it was before. I'd say be careful. Okay. Max, some of these comments I haven't even seen. Some of them I have replied to. Max 4011 says, whoops. What's more plausible, a globe or an international conspiracy involving hundreds of millions of people who keep quiet? Okay, I don't think anybody ever has made the claim that there's a conspiracy with hundreds of millions of people keeping quiet. Not one flat earther has ever made that claim, just so you know. So Max, here's what I answered. I said, it's not a human conspiracy, it's Satan's conspiracy. And then now there's more comments. Satan is laughing at how dumb this is. Tell me the atrocities Satan has done, and let's compare it to God's. Wow. Okay, so Foxtrot Tango says, so when I'm in Miami and I see a 200-foot tall cruise ship disappear, it's because of 200 feet of waves? The earth is a sphere. This guy clearly didn't hear what Dave said, right? What was Dave saying? Was he saying that you'd need a 200... He was holding his finger. His finger's about a half-inch tall. This is what happens. If you zoom in on something, the waves that are close to you, they stay the same size. But the ship sails away and gets so small you can't see it anymore. And yes, of course it's going to disappear from the bottom side up because the waves are in the way. That's so simple. So I said you don't need 200-foot waves to cover a 200-foot ship when it's at a distance because the ship gets so tiny. So we have more replies to that. I think these are new too. Zozo says because there is a curve. Unfortunately, there's not. Louisiana Shuffler says he didn't watch the video. He's hurt and his response is to protect his feelings. That's so true. So true. Because his comment is actually ridiculous. No one ever said there's 200-foot tall waves covering the boat. That's just dumb. So, like, there's all these fallacies, like, they just make up an idea and say, this is what the flat earthers say. But no flat earther would ever say that. At all. Like the conspiracy thing. No flat earther ever said everybody, hundreds of millions of people are in on a conspiracy and they all keep quiet. Nobody's ever said that. Except the Globers putting words in the mouth of flat earthers. So there you go. Riley Martin says, tell me you don't know how zooming in works without telling me. And then I like this comment that someone else put. Tell me you have no original retorts in your repertoire without telling me. I like that one. I said, tell me you believe in a silly cartoon Spaceball without telling me. And then Random Sparky, is that the comment? No, Random Sparky said, silly Spaceball, while claiming you live in a terrarium created by Sky Daddy with magic floating luminaries. Flips are hilarious. Just so you know, there's something called a debate. And if there's two people debating and one person either makes a claim or like says they think something's true, Is it a debate when the other person says, no, you didn't say that. You said something crazy and wild because you're a flipper. You said something crazy and wild. It wasn't what you actually said. And I'm going to put those words in your mouth right now so that I can rip on you. So when there's a debate, it's always about a subject. So, like if there's a moderator in the debate, he might stop the debate and say, let's stay on topic or something like that, because it's really important to stay on topic. So let's address these things. While claiming you live in a terrarium created by Sky Daddy with magic floating luminaries. Well, basically what you're doing is you're saying you already know everything, right? And you already know that there's no God that created it. That's a horrible stance to take because you don't know that. If you pay attention to anything, you might realize that it's very clearly designed by a higher power. We might not know exactly who that is or his name, or it doesn't matter. It's very clear that this world was created by a higher power. All of matter came from somewhere. It didn't just big banging into existence, right? Sorry. Okay, so the magic floating luminaries. So when we have observable reality, and I say those are luminaries, is it a correct assumption for someone to say that I said they're magic floating luminaries? What is that? What are they to him? To Random Sparky, what is it? What is it to you? Magic gravity, right? Gravity. And who keeps this? What keeps this physics that you think you know? What keeps it going? What keeps time going? And what keeps the moon from just falling to the earth? What is that? You know the answer? Because apparently you already know all the answers. So, tell me you have... Okay, that was the one I already read. How much do you make from arguing flat earth? Let's reply to that right now. 0. 0. Never made a penny. In fact, it costs money. I don't make money. I'm not even monetized. My YouTube channel's not monetized. My TikTok is not monetized. Never made a penny. So, Winchester, are the other planets globes or flat? Why would Earth be the exception? Are you kidding me? We're gonna answer this one. How is a flat planet even created in nature? Come on, man. Okay, Winchester, I'm going to direct you to this live stream. How do I do that? Can I put a link in there? I'll just reply, go to my YouTube. I am live now. Winchester, Winchester, Winchester. Are the other planets globes or flat? Should we look at some footage that I took through my telescope? Let's do that. Let's look at Saturn. How about? Should we look at Saturn? Let me find a video. Here we go. Let's look at this. Okay, are the planets globes or flat? I think I got Saturn coming up here. There it is. Focus it in. Okay. Is that a globe or is it flat? Let me pause it. so we can see it there. Okay, let's look at it. I know it's not the best image, but is it a globe or is it flat? You tell me. What do you guys think? I would say that we can see that it's a light. It's not darkness. It's something in that darkness. It's like a light, right? Right? Okay, so we know it's a light. That's why they're called like luminaries sometimes. But I would have to say, and I think you'll agree with me, that right now, looking at this image, it is clearly flat. Unless you have a globe-shaped screen on your phone or your TV. Is your screen globe-shaped? Or is your screen flat? So Saturn that we're looking at right now is clearly flat. But it does have something to it that looks like it's maybe like a sphere with like a ring around it, right? Could be. The difference here is that when you ask, are the other planets globes or flat? I don't have an answer for you. I'm only going to tell you what I know. And what I happen to know is exactly what everybody else knows. You can't know more about it. You can't go there. It's not tangible. So it's a belief we have or that we were taught. Wouldn't you agree? It's a belief, okay? So why would Earth be the exception? Okay. Can you tell me one thing, even just one thing, I bet you can't even tell me one thing, that the Earth we live on has in common with Saturn? Oh, do I even have that on the screen for you guys? Oh, yeah, I do. Okay. I was looking at a different screen. So, your screen on your phone is flat. It can make things look spherical, but the screen itself is flat. So how can you tell me that Saturn's not flat? We don't know it's flat. We just know that we have devices that make things look spherical, that the screen is flat. So, I mean, what if the sky was a flat screen and Saturn looked like that? Would you still say that it's a sphere? I would say it looks like a sphere, like the moon. The moon. Let me get some footage of the moon. Let's see here. I got videos. I got telescopes. I got optics. Let's see what we can come up with here. Oh, here's one. This one will come up in our comments that we're going to look at. This is a good one. Okay, here we go. So what do you guys think of that? That was a live stream I did on TikTok, and I pulled that clip because it was the cloud went by and the moon was like right there. So someone commented on that. We'll talk about that in a minute. But the moon, it does look spherical, doesn't it? But there's things about it that it does that tell me it's not spherical. They actually tell me that it's like a flat disc. And we see it's like, let me see if I have something here. It's like a flat disc. And the side we see is facing down. It's facing towards the ground. And I get that because of field rotation and because of how it rises and sets. Not because of what it looks like, but because of its motion. That tells me that it is flat, like a disc. It looks spherical. But again, does it look spherical on your flat TV screen? Yes. So, yeah. Okay. How is a flat planet even created in nature? By God. That's in Genesis. You should check it out. We're not going to look at it right now. Read Genesis 1. And there's your answer on how it was created in nature. God did it. Very simple. So Jason says, whoops, let's get that back up on here. Okay. Those same waves remain the same size and shrink at the same rate as the boat. Come on. Unlike your finger that got closer to the camera to appear larger. We gotta listen to Dave's video again. Oops. Why is it not playing? Oh, add to stream. Sorry, guys. Working on it.
Do you see a ship out here? No. But if I'm zooming in and I start making this bigger and bigger and bigger, all of a sudden you go, oh, look, there is a boat there. There is a boat there. Now watch. These little waves, this isn't flat water. These little waves, can my finger block that boat out? No, it can't. But if my finger was a wave in the foreground,
A wave in the foreground. The waves in the foreground, they're not changing size as you zoom in or zoom out. They're just right there. They're the closest waves to you that you see or whatever.
it'll block the whole boat. Look, it's disappearing from the bottom up. Is it going?
The boat's angular size becomes so small that any wave close to you is going to cover it up. From the bottom side up. It's not curvature. Nothing's going over a curve. You have a left to right straight line, horizon, and you zoom in on it. But when you zoom out, that's like who knows how many hundreds of miles you can see left to right. And it's a straight line without curving. So 3 miles from you, a ship's going to disappear. There's something else going on. It's not curvature. Okay, so that was a disingenuous comment, Jason. Or you just didn't watch the video. I commented, the waves that are 50 feet away from you stay 50 feet away from you when the ship is sails away and shrinks. That's why people say the ships go down the curve or past the horizon, whatever. Okay. Excuse me. Oh boy. Here's another one. Like, elementary questions, you guys, or comments. If you think you're so smart and know everything already, and you know that Earth's a globe and flurfers are so stupid, why do you not even comprehend any of the things that Dave says in his video? You just clearly don't grasp what he's saying. And he's being very clear. In fact, the guy on the left side of the screen that he was talking to, he understood it. So pay attention. It's not like a difficult subject. We came from above says, Yud, you see it if it went another 200 miles forward? Nope. The Earth is big, man. It doesn't curve every 100 miles. It's like a few thousand. This guy is rookie. First time he's ever heard of it, I think. So I said 8 inches per mile squared. Do the math. That was the same in this video that Flat Earth Dave did. This guy thought that, what did he say? He said, when Dave asked him how much the curvature there was, like, what did he say, in a mile or something? This guy said millimeters. Just millimeters or something like that. Dave's like, 8 inches the first mile, 32 inches the second mile, 6 feet the third mile. It's exponential. And it's, if you ever hear someone saying 8 inches per mile squared doesn't work, that's because the Earth is flat. Of course it doesn't work. But if the Earth was a sphere that's 25,000 miles in circumference, you can plot 8 inches per mile, and that will give you, you can use Pythagorean theorem, and it'll give you the drop from your line of sight down to the surface. But it's all imaginary, so anyway, I think it's funny. Flurf Anon says, the fact people think Dave is smart baffles me. It says a lot more about you, Flurf Anon, than it does Dave. Okay, that comment ain't worth reading. Okay, let's look at YouTube. Comments. There's some good ones in here, guys. Okay. Tom from America 8042. So this is a comment on that video we just watched. I'll just play it again. So that video, I called it on my YouTube, I called it Clouds Reveal the Moon. I just thought it was cool looking. So Tom says, isn't it cool how when the clouds move out of the way, you can see the moon? It's almost as if the moon were well beyond the clouds and not within them. Welcome to the globe. What does that even mean, Tom from America? The cloud is beyond, the moon is beyond the clouds. That's reality. So, disingenuous again, saying that because clouds are closer to us than the moon, Earth must be a globe, right? Okay. Whoops, wrong button. I'm hitting all the wrong buttons, guys. Hey, get off my screen. Oh. I can't get back to my screen, guys. Ah. You know when you like scroll at the bottom and it like gives you a box of what you're scrolling over? It's doing that on my StreamYard page so that I can't get to my start stop cam button. So I might have just screwed up and stopped the cam or something. Give me a minute. I'm changing the sizes of boxes and let's see here. Let's get rid of this new tab. Still. Oh, there we go. I got it. Okay. Sorry, guys. So that's all the proof you need that it's a globe, is that the reality is like it is? There's clouds and then the moon is above the clouds? And that makes it a globe. That makes this part a globe. Think bigger, Tom from America. Okay. Spheroidal Master 1910 says, oh, I better play this video. So, another one about the moon. Globy McGlobeface. This is hilarious, you guys. Okay. Is it a fact that some people see the moon at night, and at the same time, the moon is visible to people during the day? That's happened all my life. I know that. It's not a magical thing. If the sun and moon, whether it's a globe or flat, the sun and moon, they do a dance in the sky, and the sun moves and it laps the moon every 28 days. It goes faster in the sky. So, oh man. Okay. Globy, I don't even know how to say it. It's so ridiculous. Globy, I'll just play it. I just got to play you the video. Because I can't, this is, like, I'm not trying to, like, rip on people, but this is retarded. You'll see. Globe face I see on TikTok. I've commented on a couple of his videos. Yesterday he made a video.
Yeah, the Earth definitely isn't flat. If it was, what we're doing right now is impossible.
Yeah, because I'm looking at a daylight moon and he's looking at a nighttime moon at the same time. I'm by Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. He's in Essex, England.
Showing a live from TikTok that two people were doing of the moon. One was seeing the moon in daytime,
one was seeing the moon with nighttime. And he says that that's proof that the Earth can't be flat. So what you're saying, Globy, is that if the Earth is curved, then you can look at the moon during the day and someone else can look at the moon at night. But if it's flat, you couldn't look at the moon during the day while someone else was looking at it at night. Sounds to me like someone is squirming for proofs that the Earth's not flat. Wake up, Globy.
So we call that globe desperation. Anything, if I say anything that can rip on the flat earthers, the globe becomes more real in my world, in my life, right? Okay, so on that video, here's a comment. Spheroidal Master 1910. Can you guys see that? Yeah, you can see that. Actually show your work, please. Okay, here's a false claim that lots of people make. Since it is not even possible to correctly predict the sun's position in the sky in any flat earth conception. Okay, I have to break this down because the sun's position in the sky is very predictable. Whether the earth is flat or curved makes no difference. The sun is in the sky where the sun is in the sky throughout the year. Very predictable. Has nothing to do with the shape of the earth. The sun is in the sky. Do you think the globe predicts that? Or do you think just the sun being in the sky predicts that? Because you couldn't predict anything if we had only had one day. You'd need a day after day after day after day to predict something, wouldn't you? Otherwise, you couldn't predict it if there was only one day. So throughout the year, the sun moves to different parts of the sky, and it does that every year. And we get seasons, and it's a clock that is more accurate than any Rolex. So we do predict where the sun will be because it's so consistently accurate. Nothing to do with the globe, nothing to do with the flat earth. The sun, in reality, is where it is in the sky, and we can predict that easily. Whew. Okay, so here's the next part. You couldn't possibly give the actual relationship to the moon. Actually, we can. Every 28 days, the sun passes the moon. We call it new moon. And then there's 4 weeks, 4 7-day periods of phases that happen. And then there's another new moon. And that's what the sun does. I mean, the moon does and the sun does. Every 28 days. Does that have anything to do with the shape of the earth? At all? Or is it just reality? And the sun is just doing what it's doing, and the moon is doing what it's doing. Accurately and perfect. Better than any Rolex. Okay. You couldn't possibly give the actual relationship to the moon. We can give you the exact positions. I don't know what you're talking about, Spheroidal Master. Show me an... Okay, I don't even know this word. Let me look this word up. Ephemeris of the sun. I don't even know what that is. It must be a globe. I don't know this word. Okay. Ephemerid... Sorry, whatever that says. Oh, this says astrology. Are used in celestial navigation and astronomy. They are also used by astrologers. GPS signals include ephemeris data include to calculate the position. Let's see what I got to read a little bit more. To calculate the position, where does it say that? Gives the trajectory of naturally occurring astronomical objects. That's just called patterns, dude. Patterns. Like, every so often, there's a... Well, like I was just talking about the sun and moon. The sun passes up the moon every 28 days. It's a pattern. So, I can tell you that the next 28 days from now, tonight, the moon will be in the same phase that it is tonight. How's that for prediction? You can go look it up in 28 days, and you'll see I'm right. Okay. I don't think ephemeris is of any significance here. Of the sun and our moon based entirely on flat Earth geometry. You won't because you can't. If I understood that word better, I might be able to comment better. But the trajectory of the sun and moon isn't based on a globe. What you have to think about here is that the sun and moon are parts of reality. It's part of nature, or whatever you want to call it. It's part of the sky. And it does what it does. It doesn't care what you think the ground is shaped like. They're totally unrelated. Makes no sense what you're saying. Okay. We're gonna look through some more comments. Sorry, Spheroidal Master, your comments are not too well thought out in this. Let's see. No, the flat Earth model say the moon is 12 hours behind the sun in the darkness. Daytime moon not possible. Okay. Round Earth reality? Wow. So, round Earth reality thinks there's never a new moon. And that it's always in the same phase. Because apparently it's always 12 hours behind the sun. And not possible to be viewed during the day. Well, once again, you're wrong. You need to look at the sky and make an observation so that you understand what the sun and moon do. Because you're actually saying that they do something they don't do. So you're saying the moon only comes out when it's dark. 12 hours after the sun went by. Do a little research, buddy. You're way off. Very far off. Okay. TikTok Live. I'm just scrolling here. Good to see all you guys here. Ah, I can't believe some of the, like, I don't even know how to put it. If you went, okay, there is a family of squirrels having a conversation. I'm going to go listen in on it. They're just squirrels. They're stupid. So I'm going to make a bunch of comments. It's going to be hilarious. Stupid squirrels. So I'm going to go out there and I'm going to go chirp, 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 put my teeth over, and I'm going to do squirrel stuff. And I'm going to walk away laughing, going, stupid squirrels. They don't know nothing. But they're just looking at me going, I hope he is enjoying himself. Like, who is that? What's he saying? What's he trying to do? Is he just trying to make fun of us? But he doesn't understand even how we talk or anything? Terrible analogy, sorry. Okay, let's see. Lots of comments. I'm kind of looking for specific ones. Oh, yeah. Let's go back to TikTok. There's always good ones at TikTok. Wow. So let's see here. Let's look for... Oh, here's one. Stationary Earth. Did I put this on my YouTube? Because I can't get the audio to play through on my StreamYard or whatever. Let me do this. Let me see if I can get it. Or see what I've got, if I've got it. I don't have that one. Yeah, Flat Earth Dave's killing it. He's on point. Here's the moon. Oh yeah, let's make an observation together, guys. So, is the Earth in motion, or is it at rest? This is where it comes down to making the choice to remain believing a lie while you know it's a lie, or saying, I know that's a lie and I don't know what I believe, but I'm not going to believe the lie. You got to test things out, right? Do you hear the noise? Do you hear the sound? I think you hear the sound. What is that sound? Well, it's my telescope. It has sidereal motors on it. What are those for? Well, there's a certain speed that the fixed stars are in motion. It's a certain speed. So the stars are in motion. That's a simple thing. If the stars weren't in motion, or the moon, or the luminaries, in this case the moon, if that motor wasn't turning, the moon would be moving across the screen and eventually we wouldn't see it. So what that motor is doing, it is literally and physically making my telescope turn in a circle about 15 degrees an hour. About 15 degrees per hour. The moon is actually a little slower than the sun. So I don't know if it's a 14.5. I don't know what it is. 15 is close enough to track it for a very long time. So all astronomers that own nice telescopes that have tracking ability are faced with a dilemma when I say, so, because every astronomer knows that the stars are in motion. But if you look like on Wikipedia, what's it going to say? It's going to say that these sidereal motors are to compensate for the Earth's rotation. That's what they're going to say. So that would mean that they believe that the Earth is the part that's in motion and that the moon is not. The stars are not. The sun is not. Well, there's a lie and there's the truth. When you build your house, generally there's a foundation. And I built my house 23 years ago. We poured footings. Well, I didn't do it. They poured footings and they laid block. Those footings and that block have never moved. Ever. 23 years. Never moved. They've been at rest the whole time, holding my house up. And I'm in my house right now. That's at rest. Something in motion has to be moving. So, there's a lie and there's the truth. You choose. Right? I'm just checking out the chat. Conversation going in the chat already. That's okay. Good. I like it. Okay. That's the moon. It's in motion. Otherwise, the sidereal motors don't mean anything. And, yeah. Have you guys ever seen star trails? Let me show you some star trails that I took from my backyard. So, who can answer a question with honesty? Can you answer? Do you have to lie in order to to keep the answer that you want. Where did these things go? Oh, you know what? I got to go to my program. I'm not in the right place here. Sorry. I'm just going to have to do this. Yeah, this. Okay, let me get you over here. Wow. Cancel. Put me up there. Put me up there. There we go. My backyard. Backyard. Polaris is the star in the middle. 45 degrees from Minnesota, from the horizon. So I actually have actually made a mount for a camera or a telescope that has one sidereal motor that moves at 15 degrees an hour. But I made a base for it that just sits on the ground and points it at 45 degrees. So it's the axis point of the sky is where you want your telescope to point if you want to track something. Or if you want to do long exposure astrophotography. You need to move perfectly with the sky. Otherwise your photography is going to be garbage. But this is a different type of photography. This is a camera just sitting still on a tripod. The camera did not move when it was recording this. What was moving? The camera or the stars? Very simple. I mean, it's kind of doing it on the screen right now. The stars are in motion. The camera, I set it on the ground and it didn't move. The ground is not in motion, it's at rest. This is, yeah. Shouldn't actually be something that we actually have to like try to talk you into. But from childhood, all of us were taught these things, and so they really stick. But that's why I'm saying, truth or a lie, you decide. Are the stars moving in this image, this video? Yes. That's the truthful answer. The stars are in motion. And then people are, you don't understand reference frames. You don't understand relative to what? Okay, how about this? There's only one reference frame for every one of us. There's only one. It's your body. That's where you perceive everything. You see things with your eyes. You feel things from your body. That's the reference frame. Any other reference frame you want to imagine is fine. You can imagine it, but don't base your beliefs on something you imagine. Here's an example. The solar system. Think about it. Put an image in your mind of the solar system. Got it? You see it? Where are you? What's your vantage point in that image you just looked at? You're like out in space somewhere that nobody's ever been, looking at the sun with these planets going around it. That's an imaginary reference frame that you can make, but have you ever been there? Will you ever be there? Has anyone ever been there? Is it even possible to go there? Is it even a place? Nobody knows. So I would say, don't imagine a reference frame and then try to bring that up in an argument. Like if I say, hey, the stars are moving in this image. Don't come at me and say, relative to what? And I would say, just reality, the stars are moving. Relative to whatever you want, I don't care. The stars are moving relative to the earth. But that's the earth rotating, people say. And I say, no, actually it's not. It's actually the sky rotating. Here's the evidence. Here's the proof. Here's the video of it. I've taken hundreds of these. It's never been any different. The camera always stays still. You know, if you take one of these images and your camera's not still, it doesn't turn out. It's like all wobbly and it's not fun to look at. So, let's see. I have a TikTok video that has 725.6 thousand views. And it has 97.2 thousand likes, 1,978 comments, 15.7 thousand favorites. So here's some of the comments. I should probably show you the video first. Yeah, I'll have to. Let me see if I've got it. I should have it, but I don't know. I don't think I do. If I uploaded it to my YouTube channel, I should have it though, and I think I did. Let me just look through these. I don't have it. Where is it? I'll just have to download it quick from my YouTube. Because I know it's on there. Let's see, content. It's a few weeks ago. Or is this it right here? Angel Wars. What was that on? June 25th. This one is... Oh, this is June 9th. Okay, give me a minute. It was like, a month ago, almost. June 9th. Here we go. Powers in Heaven. All right. It's a minute long. Download it. Download it. Okay. Oh, you guys can't see my screen there. Where is it here? It's still downloading. Powers in Heaven, done. Why is it not there? Okay, hold on. I think I have to start this over. Sorry, guys. I'm working it. Video file. There it is. Let's watch this video.
Happen. Luke 21:26, men's hearts failing them for fear, and for looking after those things which are coming on earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. Matthew 24:29, immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. Mark 13:25, and the stars of heaven shall fall, and the powers that are in heaven shall be shaken. Fear not, I am the first and the last. I am he that liveth, and was dead, and behold, I am alive forevermore. Amen. And have the keys of hell and of death. Jesus is coming with his kingdom. Look out, Elon Musk.
Ooh, look out, Elon Musk. If you guys haven't put two and two together on that whole Elon Musk sending Falcon rockets and dragons up into the firmament, or at the firmament, some people think that they're like scraping along the firmament. No, they're going into the firmament, but either way, they move around in the winds of heaven, because the winds of heaven turn and bring the circumference of the stars and the sun all to their setting. There's a medium up there that we don't comprehend. It's waters. NASA thinks it's a vacuum. But NASA's going somewhere else. They're going out to darkness. They're going out into the pit of hell. That's where they're going. A bottomless abyss where everything is falling perpetually. That is the solar system. That's not on the screen here. These are the fixed stars. This is the kingdom of God with his throne at the center. Read Enoch 71. You'll have a different understanding about what we see on the screen right here. Enoch 71. The angels are circling a throne where God sits. And that would be, in my understanding or belief, it would be Polaris. And I don't know if you've seen Polaris. I pointed my telescope at Polaris, made a video. And then I was reading the book of Revelation, chapter 4, and John sees a door open in heaven, and he's told to come up here. And what he describes when he gets up there, he's the one sitting on a throne. And he was to look upon like a jasper and a sardine stone. And there was an emerald rainbow or something roundabout or whatever. Those are the exact colors of Polaris. Exact colors of that star. Did John have a telescope before Galileo? Or what? Or maybe John was actually taken up there and saw that. Just like Enoch was taken up there and saw these angels circling this throne. So, there you go. So, on that video, though, on TikTok, the one we just watched, let's read some comments. Shelly, oh, let me get you guys over here. I gotta remember how to do it. Desktop. There we go. Shelly Baby 168 says, that's the firmament. I like that. Leonard de la Cruz says, cannot penetrate the firmament. God create that to protect us. These are the comments I like, but Kuru Head says, I believe in Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior, is my light and my guide, is and always will be the Alpha and Omega. Couldn't have said it better. I stand on the Lord's side. See, these people can see that there's a clear battle happening in the sky. God versus Satan. John said Satan would be a dragon flying around in the firmament. Well, that was 2,000 years ago that John wrote that book or whatever. The book of Revelation. And since he wrote the book, it was like 2013 or 12. First time a dragon was ever up in the firmament. And we live right then. Interesting. But see, the sad part is that there's 27 replies. Do I dare click on it? Like, I believe in Jesus Christ is my Lord. Let's just look at some of these replies. I might regret this. Rucka says, amen. 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 Okay, I guess I like these comments. Yes, sir, we love to see it, my boy. Amen. Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. Someone says, that's why you will stay weak. Wow. You don't know what strength is. No, he makes us stronger. Amen, bro. So, I like TikTok, you guys. I like TikTok. I know there's like, TikTok's like a... it's just like the internet. There's good and there's bad. So, how do I get back away from these comments? Okay, let's see. Firmament is so obvious. We are in the moment of truth. This is the one, it's got 857 likes, this comment. We are in the moment of truth. You're either with God or you're against him. Don't give in, people. That's a good comment. Firmament is so obvious. Base 626 says, see the water ripples from the firmament? Nathan Dibble says, because our Creator created us and he knows evil that we are faced with. Ashton Trippa says, looks like a rock going through water. Someone said it bounced off the firmament. 3 days of darkness. Do not even look outside in those 3 days. Okay, whatever. God is great. Truth. Elon Musk, SpaceX rocket. I see it. No fear shall come to those who hold complete trust and love, and God focus on him and him only. Do you guys see like two kinds of people here? There's like two kinds of people in the world right now. Everyone is almost as if there's like a, I don't like to call it a judgment, but I think that's what it is. But a dilemma. We're all faced with, I was talking to Thomas yesterday and we said the word ultimatum. Do you believe the truth? Or do you believe lies? Do you believe in God, that he created it? Or do you believe some other made-up story that is nonsensical and ridiculous? I think it's obvious that God created us and he created this world for us to live in. And we have bodies and all these abilities. Like the human body. What a machine. Just think about it. Discernment cometh to the children of the Most High. Bro, I just literally had a dream and God came and everyone, also myself, was lifted above the earth as if it was floating with a strong, powerful force, or power force. Interesting. Because who made the world told us. These are awesome comments on TikTok. Oh, this is a good one. Rip Sheeple says, if I write a book and start following the things that happen in the book, is that fulfilling prophecy? Depends on the scale. Probably depends on the scale of what's happening. 60 years ago, there was no such thing as low Earth orbit. And then like Gemini in 64 or something, so maybe close to 60 years, whatever. Close to 70 years, I think, since Sputnik went up. But low Earth orbit wasn't the same when they did Gemini 4 and there was this first spacewalk. They were going in a circle over the face of whatever they were going over. Now you see them on, now what low Earth orbit is, it's like a straight line. They're just going in one trajectory. Not in Gemini 4. Go watch it. I actually have a video about it. I made a video about it. So yeah, low Earth orbit, they were learning about how to throw something into that abyss. They were getting the keys to that bottomless pit 70 years ago. That's what was happening. Don't be afraid. Sun, moon, and stars shining in Texas. Tribulation started exactly when Gabriel told Daniel it would, with the death of a king. You ever wonder why the sky's the limit? We live in a realm. Life is a storyline, I feel like. Watch my video. That's a rocket. Duh, God said it would. Ye of little faith. Everything shall be revealed. Needed this. Because they wrote it to open your eyes. What if the stars fall because they're actually satellites? Hey, you guys know what Elon Musk is doing, right? He's thinking to change times and laws. Where do times and laws come from? Where do we get time, seasons, days, and years? We get it from the stars. Sun and moon and stars. And he's got, let's just do a little, you guys can see my screen, right? Let's do a little Google. Google, how many, Starlinks? Let's find out. As of June 23rd, they've launched 4,238, and they're actually using 3,887 of those. Do you guys know in the book of Revelation that this wicked generation that was alive then that wouldn't give glory to God, that they were plagued, a great plague of hail fell from the sky at some point in time. And the people just blasphemed God because of it. They were like, they hated him more because of the plague. But I'll tell you what, you should probably point your finger at Elon Musk for that kind of stuff. It's getting real. They're up there. You can see them up there. I've seen them hundreds of times, literally, because I spend a lot of time looking at the sky. They're all over up there. They're all over up there. They want to have 42,000. And let's do a little research too. How much does a Starlink... Oh, someone already asked that. There's two types of Starlinks. There's first generation and second. So, how heavy is, let's go to nasa.gov, I guess. Starlink 1010, is this what it is? A mass of 260 kg. How many pounds is that? 573 pounds? 573 pounds. Just in the book of Revelation, it mentions, I think, like they're like around 100 pounds. So, to me, that's probably like a lot of them. A lot of the satellite will probably burn up re-entering. I'm just saying. There'll be about 100 pounds left by the time it hits your house. So, 4,200 of those up there waiting to come down. Space is dumb. That's all I gotta say. It's dumb. Stupid. Retarded. And I used to believe in it. I used to not think anything out of the ordinary of it. It's just exploring. It's it. We have this spirit of exploration as human beings. Yeah, that'd be Apollo. I don't think you want to have that spirit. Just saying. So okay, there's a couple other things I wanted to point out. Let me get this up here. Okay. When you observe something, to deny it without any consideration and then actually like adding insult to the other person, to the person that disagrees with you, to add insult to them somehow, belittle them or discredit them as much as you can, generally by appealing to what? The authority or the majority. So you'll hear people say, if you tell someone that the stars are rotating and the earth is stationary, and we know that because everyone observes it. So like when I tell that to someone and they say, no, that's the earth rotating. The best part about that conversation is that I know and they know that they're lying to themselves. It's very clear. Everyone alive observes the earth at rest. Everyone alive. Everyone that's ever lived on the earth has observed it and experienced their whole life with it being solid and stable and still under their feet. Now there's an earthquake or a landslide, but these are special things that if they're not happening, then it's clearly still. So tell me, is the earth rotating? Yes, it is, they say. I say, okay, how do you know that? It just makes sense when I look at the stars and I see them turning. It makes a lot more sense that the earth would be turning. Okay, but that's actually not what you experience. You don't experience the earth turning. You actually experience the sky turning, the lights in the sky turning. That's what everyone experiences. Every child knows that the stars move at night. You look out your window, you see point out a star and like line it up with the corner of your window or something. Give it a minute. It will not be in the same place. Was that your window moving? No. It was the star that moved. Okay? This is how Rolex watches work. This is how anything related to time works. Because the sky has motion, and I will add predictable motion. And what is something when we say predicting something, the globe people act as if they're writing some book about how this happens. We're predicting where the sun will be tomorrow. I can predict where the sun will be tomorrow because a year ago it was in the same spot. And then a year from now, it's going to be in the same spot. It's a cycle. It's a clock. Of course we can predict where the sun's going to be. It's very simple. You first have to observe it. Then you could predict it. You couldn't predict it without observing it. Because you'd never know anyway. You'd never know if your prediction was right. If you didn't observe it. Right? Okay. So let's see. There's so many of these videos, though. I'm saying that basically people are presented with information that it's their own information. Like if someone tells me that the earth is rotating, I could accept that and just say, well, they said it's rotating, so I think it's rotating. But if I actually apply myself and test it out, in the last 6 or 7 or 8 years, I've come to the very clear conclusion, and I'm very bold about it, because it's hard to have a debate about whether the earth is stationary when the debate is taking place on a stationary earth. You can't tell me that it's rotating when we're sitting in a room that's stationary. You can only tell me that you believe it's rotating. And the clear indication that it's a matter of faith for you is that there's a bunch of us out here that are proving you wrong. We're saying, we don't believe that. So it's not objective. It's something that you believe, something that I used to believe, something that everyone in this chat used to believe. But a lot of people say, well, I looked for myself, and clearly the earth is at rest. It's always been at rest our whole lives. And like, what about all the other things? Well, then what about this? What about that? Let it go. If there's one lie, and it's as clear as that, the floor is stationary. The floor is still, always has been, and you know it. That's the best part about that specific part of this debate. The stationary versus in motion for the earth. You can't lose that debate. It's impossible. Anytime someone's debating that, it's taking place on a stationary earth. The debate is. So they say, flat earth has no evidence, or stationary earth has no evidence. Like, no, there's only evidence for stationary earth. The earth has never showed you that it's rotating. Where's the axis? Have you observed this axis? Or did you actually just see the sun in a different position in the sky in a different season? That's what actually happened. So, yeah, there we are. Let's see here. Oh, here's another one. A solar eclipse. Let's just watch this, I guess, without any sound. I recorded this. This is a solar eclipse. It's where what appears to be the moon or something going in front of the sun. So, must be a globe. How can eclipse happen on flat Earth? Has nothing to do with the Earth, except that it proves that the distance to the sun and the distance to the moon and the distance between them that we've been taught is totally lies. Okay, if you go outside and you take an umbrella and you hold it out to the side in the sunlight and you look at the ground, you could take a tape measure and you could measure the shadow of the umbrella and you could measure the umbrella. They're going to be the same. And you can move the umbrella higher and higher and higher. You'll get the same measurement the whole time, except the edges of your shadow will get less and less defined the higher you go with that umbrella. Did you know that? Let's download another video. Let's go to my channel and let's look at the eclipse with the GoPro. Not this one. Whoops, I shouldn't have hit that button. I always hit enter and I shouldn't. Okay. 2017 Eclipse Shadow. Played back in real time. Let's play it back in a time lapse. I'm just looking for a specific video. You know what? Let's see. Okay, here we go. Right here, let's download this. Okay, here's the same eclipse, and this was a let me get you there. Sorry. This one, present video file. This one was sitting on the hood of, or the windshield of my truck, just a GoPro pointed up at the sky. So this is a time lapse. I think it's 10 seconds, but it was a total of the totality. So the dark part was a total of 2.5 minutes, 2 minutes 32 seconds or something like that, if I remember right. So this time lapse we're going to watch is actually like 2.5 minutes. Once the shadow goes in front of the moon, you'll see what I mean. I just want to show you this to kind of show you something. Okay, there's totality, and there's the end of it. So that was 2.5 minutes, right? That was the eclipse. It's done. It's not done, but the totality's done. The part where the moon was entirely covering up the sun. So where it was like the sun couldn't be seen except like, you know, like outside of that circle. Well, on the ground, where it was dark out, it was dark for like 2.5 minutes. And that darkness from one side of it to the other, this is an actual reality. The darkness on the ground is about 70 miles in diameter. There's a circle on the ground 70 miles wide. It's a shadow being cast from a moon that's 2,160 miles wide. Sorry, guys, that doesn't work. Let me give you another example of how that doesn't work. I actually did this with my drone just for this. So what I'm saying is that the sun is shining on the earth and the moon is getting in the way, and the only thing the moon is doing is it's making a circle on the earth, a shadow that's a circle that's 70 miles in diameter. So that's the result of the moon getting in front of the sun, is a 70-mile diameter shadow on the ground. That's reality, right? Well, what about the umbrella? The umbrella stays the same size. Let me give you another example. I have to do it on my program here. Hold on. Let me get video. I have to pull up the video. Where is it? Let me grab it. Right here. So I took a video with my drone from the road. See it? Watch the size of the drone as I go up. Is the size changing? No. The size of the drone stays the same, no matter how high I go. It just gets less defined as I go higher. Look at the shadow. It's not changing size. It's just getting less defined as I go higher. I'm just going to let this keep playing. So, if the moon is casting a 70-mile diameter shadow, I think that science, repeatable things we can do on the earth, use the sun and make a shadow of your hand. You don't have a miniature shadow of your hand. They call it an umbra and then a penumbra. That's not what we saw with the GoPro. We saw darkness and then back to daylight. So I would have to argue, I would debate anyone that if the moon was a certain size, we have one bit of evidence that we can use to estimate the size of the moon, and that would be 70 miles in diameter, because that's the size of the shadow it's casting on the ground. I don't see how it could be 2,160 or whatever it is miles in diameter. You can't cast a 70-mile wide shadow with that. I don't care. Like, if you want to make stuff up, you can. But in the real world, do a real experiment. Go outside. Experiment with some shadows like I did with this drone. And it will teach you that you ain't going to change the size of the shadow. You're not going to make a miniature. Now, when I say miniature shadow, it's extremely miniature. It's 1/30th scale. 70 miles in diameter, 2,100 miles moon. So the moon's this big, and it's casting a shadow this big. 1/30th of its size. So there you go. Solar eclipses prove that the moon is not 2,000 miles wide. Because we actually have a physical shadow on the ground. It's like we see it, we observe it, okay? So there's so many things. And of course, people will still be on my TikTok going, "You're an idiot. Solar eclipses couldn't happen on a flat earth." Like, what are you even talking about? You're just saying that only works on a globe. That's like, you say that to everything. You're like, "You hungry? Let's go get some dinner." That only works on a globe. Really. It's so ridiculous. So ridiculous. But that's the world we live in. Let me show you something else. Did you ever see prominences of, whoops, where are they? Sorry, I got too many things going. Let me pause this. Okay, and go desktop. Okay, and then go. Oh, let's talk about lunar eclipse. Should we talk about lunar eclipse? Because you know what? Lunar eclipses don't work on a flat earth. Flurper. Should we talk about lunar eclipses? Because, you know, like there's a shadow of the earth. It's a curved shadow. That's how we know it's curved. Well, there's a problem with that. There's many times, I've filmed it myself, an eclipse that happens when the moon's up there and the sun's up there. How can the earth be in the way if they're both up there? It can't. It's called a geometrically impossible lunar eclipse. That's what NASA calls it. Geometrically impossible. Because they're both above the earth, and the earth is not in between the sun and moon. Moon's up there, sun's up there, just on the horizon, because just coming up. And where does the shadow, this specific, it's called a Senelin, it's called something like that. SENN. I'm not even going to try. Senelinian, something like that. But it's odd because you have the moon and the sun, and you're standing on the earth. Where's the shadow on the moon? It should be on the bottom side of the moon. If the earth was getting in the way, it'd be on the bottom side of the moon. Nope, it's on the top, going down across the moon. So that's proof and like very clear evidence that when we see a lunar eclipse, like I don't know what it is, but when we see it, we know it's not the earth making that shadow. We know that because we've seen it. Lots of people have filmed that just in the last 7 years. And you can find it all over YouTube. So the idea that the earth gets in between the sun and the moon for lunar eclipse is false. So there you go. Franklin Watson also says, good point, you cannot get a curved shadow on a ball from a curved shadow. Try it. You'll get a straight line from, like if you have a sphere and you put a light over here, you don't get a curved thing on your other sphere from the shadow. It's more like a straight line. So do some observations and demonstrations and experiments. You can learn a lot about this. Right, Franklin? Thanks. I agree. The globe comes up short most of the time. They won't even admit when it can work on both. Yaswil, totally. They won't even admit when it can work on both. Or that it has nothing to do with either. Like some people are so, like, they're so sure about everything that they kind of forget even the subject at hand. Like, they'll just say anything, but because I already know it's a globe, so they'll just say whatever. Like the guy, whoever it was, that said the moon's always in darkness 12 hours behind the sun. That's not what happens at all. Every 28 days, the sun passes up the moon. Or the moon falls behind the sun, however you want to say it. And we call it new moon. New moon. Which is basically no moon, because we can't see it. Unless it's a solar eclipse. Then we can, well, I assume it's the moon. I don't know if it's the moon. It's kind of strange, but it's like where the moon should be when there's a solar eclipse. But that doesn't even mean that it's a moon. Because that would be like the globe people would say, oh, that's for sure the moon. I know it's the moon. That's where the moon should be. And they would somehow say that's a fact. When it's actually no one has ever even seen the moon on new moon. So it's only an assumption. The flat earther is not afraid of admitting it's an assumption. So yeah, you're right, Yaswil. How can you measure something without a background? With the tape measure? Like, you could, I guess I'm probably not understanding the context of your question. And maybe that's not even a question for me. The Fire says, according to the Book of Enoch, sun, same size as moon. It's pretty clear that 70 miles would be its diameter. I never thought about all that. It would have to be 70. Just because of how shadows work. And I agree, the Book of Enoch says they're the same size, and it also says that they're discs. So the sun and moon are discs, and they're the same size as each other. Just like what we observe, you guys. So yeah, I just have to say, I feel bad for the people that are so sure that they know everything already, because it's really hard to learn something. It's really hard to learn the truth when you refuse to believe it, when you refuse to entertain it, when you refuse to consider it. So, or when you just lie to yourself and say, no, that's the earth rotating. That's why the sky is rotating. Well, you're saying two things, kind of. It's either the sky rotating like we observe, or you could say that you think it's the earth rotating. But when I say, what's the evidence that the earth is rotating? You can't say that the sky is the evidence that the earth's rotating. We're talking about the earth that's beneath us. And I would remind you that the sky is actually rotating. So you just infer the opposite of your observation and then tell me that that's science? Sorry, that doesn't work, guys. That's what people like MC Toon and those people do. They say something. Yeah, they say a lot. Anyway. Let's see here. We're going to watch a video. Not even sure which one yet. Oh, let's watch this. Mille Lacs Lake. Proof water is flat at least 14 miles. I made this like 8 years ago. 6 years ago. Probably 6 years ago. let's pause it. Okay, so you can't see my mouse, can you? Let's see. So on the right side of the shore, that's in Isle, Minnesota. And there's 3 water towers that I want, or 2 water towers and a radio tower that I used as, you know, like distance markers. You know, it's funny, people that live around here, like more than once, people that live around here, they say, you can't see the casino from Isle, like from over on the right side. And I say, yeah, you can see this casino. You can totally see it. It's not like, it's not even hard to see it. And they just say, you can't see that far. Earth is a globe. Well, you'll see it in the video here. It's not hard to see it. It's not that far. It's 14 miles away over flat water. You can clearly see it. And the radio towers, you can see the casino water tower and the casino building itself. That would be, what's that one called? Grand Casino Mille Lacs. Yeah. Okay, so here we go. Okay, here's an interesting thing about this spherical water tower. Can't really tell, you know, its elevation looks kind of weird because these trees here are in the way, right? Well, between the water tower and the shore, there's 1/4 mile. That actually means a lot. So those trees we're seeing from 13.4 miles away, we're seeing the shore. There is no curvature, clearly. No curvature, guys. Yeah, you can see houses. This video has been copied a bunch of times, so it's not the best quality. You can see all those houses. You can't really tell what they are, but you can see them. Oh, I got a better video of this lake that I'm going to show you. Where's the casino? Show us the casino. Where's the casino? More houses. Ducks. Where's the casino? Yeah, the camera's 20 inches above the water, you guys. So if you do like the curvature calculator, 20 inches above the water, how far can you see the surface of the water for? I think it's like 1.7 miles. And we're seeing it 14 and 12. The curvature formula, well, basically, if the Earth was a sphere, it would be like at least 20 times bigger than 25,000 miles. It'd be like 500,000 miles in circumference. But we still don't even have any evidence of that because it just doesn't curve. Let me find this other video. I think I might even have it. Might have to download it, but I might have to have it. I might have it. It's the same lake, but it's a better video And it's during the winter when it's a whole town of fish houses. Let's see. Do I have it? I might have to download it real quick. It's looking like I have to download it. Let me grab it here. What did I name it? Let's just see if I can find it here. Flat Lake. Frozen Lake. Here we go. This could be it. I don't know if this is it. Yeah, this has got to be it. No, that's only... Okay, hold on. I got it. Sorry, guys. Working on it. I'll make sure I have the right video. Vehicle on lake surface. Ice fishing on Mille Lacs. There it is. That's only a minute, though. That ain't right. That was like 3 minutes. Ice fishing. I know what I wrote. Sorry, guys. I'm a little slow here. Maybe this is like... Do I have to go back? Let me see here. I'm starting over. Town. I might have it here. There it is. I guess it's only a minute long. I don't know. I thought it was a... Oh boy. Ice fishing. Here we go. Download. Download. Sorry, guys. Cancel that. Add to stream. Or present video file. There it is. Here's a better one, I think. During the winter. Okay, these houses here that you can kind of see on the left side towards the top of the screen, there's some trees there. There's actually an island there, and there's or we're not over there yet. Hold on. There's the island on the right side there. See the island that's got a little flagpole there? The shore behind that island, like the far shore of the lake behind that island, is only 9 miles away. But it's 9 miles away. And as I go to the right, we're going to sweep across the lake. And it goes from 9 miles all the way up to almost 20 miles. Because just because of the shape of the lake. So I'll try to stop it and point some features out. Oops. Once we see the casino, I'll stop it for sure. There's the casino on the right side. See it there, the white building? That's Grand Casino in Mille Lacs. From Isle, Minnesota. It's like 13 miles away. And people tell me all the time, when I mention it, they're like, you can't see across Mille Lacs, it's too far. Like, you can see all the way across it, the whole way. All the way across it. We're gonna sweep it right now. I'll show you a house I'll show you a house on the shore on the other side. There's that radio tower. I just have to kind of pause it because I'm going fast. Oh. And you'll notice you see the fish houses. Look how they get smaller and smaller the further away that they are. Let's see. Lake is huge. Okay, we're getting to where the shore on the other side is like it's like 18 miles right there. And this would be, what's it called? Starts with a G. I'll remember in a second. Oh, that was the end of the video. I can't even think of it. Mille Lacs. They got a big fish sculpture thing. Garrison. Garrison. So yeah, you can see the whole lake. Let's see. I do have better videos of this, but I just figured I'd show them to you. Show you a few of them. Hey, you guys want to see a cool video? I took my truck out there. I got a road pass, and they even plowed a road for me. They plowed a 4-mile road out onto the lake. Let's check it out. I don't know if you've ever even seen this video. I made this video and then it got like 100 views. It was a long time ago. It was like 7 years ago or something. 6 years ago. Let's see here. What was it called? I'm going to write ice. No, that's probably not it. Let's see. Flat. Type in flat to my channel and there's 326 results. So it might take me a second to find it. It's an old one. And I'll bet you none of you have even seen it. I drove up there and I had a 360 cam with me or whatever. And I just can't remember what I called the video. But I remember what the thumbnail looks like, so I'll find it. Lakes are flat. Frozen lakes are flat, or something like that. I think we're almost to it. Oh boy. Just checked again. Earth is still flat. Here it is. Simple proof. Lakes are flat. It's a 9-minute video. We're watching it though. I gotta download it. I put a lot of work into this video. Well, a whole day. Maybe 2 days. But they had a resort. They had this resort up there, so I went up there and bought a road pass. And then their plow guy out there, he got stuck with his plow, like 3 miles out or something. And I pulled him out with my truck. And then so he was like, he's like, you going this way? I'm like, I want to go as far out as I can go. So he just plowed this road, and I was kind of like just driving down while he was plowing it. And I was flying my drone. Maybe that'll be in this video. I don't know. We'll have to see. Let's see. Let me get rid of some of these. Remove. 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 Okay, we're going to watch a 9-minute video. And I was actually really in rough shape when I made this video. When I drove up there, I had just had like some oral surgery and it was bad. It was very bad. That's what I just remember that part. I was like in pain and I was like, this is just awful. But it was just so interesting to see what I was seeing and learn what I was learning. Making observations. Here we go. Ready? Here we go. It's like 17 miles across if the road were plowed the whole way. I remember now, his name was Kevin.
It's awesome that I got a internet signal out here because I can tell where I'm at on the lake now. We can look around and we can see how far things are away from us, and we can see the shore everywhere. So first I was going to say, let's look, well, we can locate where we are by looking at this water tower over here, and radio tower and water tower. So here we go. Hopefully I have my camera set up right and everything. Where's that water tower at now? Gotta be right there somewhere. I can see with my naked eye. Okay. I gotta explain a couple of things while we're zooming in, looking around, because it's important to notice this. Do you see all the ice shards sticking up everywhere? When I zoom back out, they're everywhere, right? Okay, now some of these drifts are 6 feet high. I mean, whoops, and my camera's 5 feet right now, 5 feet above the ice. And we're gonna look at this water tower here just to make sure to locate ourselves. The spherical one. I forget what town that's called, but it's right over by the casino. Okay, so we're gonna go. Okay, behind me right now is I'm only, I'd say 2 or 3 miles out, and the road ends. So what I did was, I got a screenshot on, somehow I got an internet signal, so I got Google Maps to give me a screenshot of where we are. So that actually, I've never had that happen before. That's awesome.
I have to explain, or just remind you, that 4 miles from the shore is very far. Like, when I turn around, it's not like you see the shore like you're right there. But nothing's curving away either. But so I'm only 4 miles out, and looking where we're looking now, it's like close to 15 miles to those trees.
Okay, so you just gotta look at the shore. There's Garrison. We're gonna zoom in on Garrison. But I actually gotta get out of the way really quick because the guy is coming back with the plow and I'm right in his way. Okay, there's the tower in Garrison there. Now I'm gonna estimate that that's 15 miles away. All right, I gotta move, sorry.
The guy's plowing the road. Okay. Okay, back to Garrison. Sorry about that. Where is it? Okay, there we are. See that tower? That's in Garrison, I think. We'll have to check when we get back. It's so weird how different it looks out here in comparison to the summertime. And I can see all this stuff in the summertime too from the other side of the lake behind me. So, okay, this is the farthest part of the lake right there. That's probably about 16, 17 miles away. Maybe 15, I don't know. We'll find out when I go look at the, okay, you can clearly see all the trees. Okay, there, that's full zoom. I'm trying to keep it steady and I'm freezing at the same time. I'm gonna just do some sweeping. I gotta zoom out a little bit. That's the farthest part of the lake, right there. I'm just swinging it so you can see the trees still. Okay, oh, it's freezing out here. I don't know if there's really no towns, I don't think, over this way. Right now I'm pointed about north, I think. Okay, you can clearly see the trees all the way around, okay? That's my main thing that I wanted to do. See all them houses? There's so many houses. ...2018. 5 years ago. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Let's see. I just did find some more videos. Let's see. Keeping it flat, goofballs. I made some pretty corny videos back in the day, you guys. Oh, here's a good one. Let's see. Let's do this. Download it. Okay. Coming right up. Oops, it didn't get it yet. What's going on? Oh, it's down. It's taking a second here. Let's see. Profile. I'm on my TikTok page looking at something. Excuse me. Whoa, it's 1:11 already. Time's flying by. 5,243 views on Flat Earth Dave's video. Already. I just uploaded this morning. TikTok gets a lot of traffic. Like a lot. Curvature's a belief, you guys. Here's another video I made a long time ago. But, like, it's something that really can't be argued with. So let's watch it. it's time for me to demonstrate a universal problem with spheres. They curve uniformly, meaning any point that you're on a sphere would be the top, and then as you look out to the distance, it should drop off, similar to what this board is doing that I made. And I did this to demonstrate something. Okay, off in the far there we have a sailboat, and then this pink styrofoam here is the same height as the mast on that sailboat. And then this is our third sailboat. It doesn't look like a sailboat, it looks like a board, but I made a little slot in there, and my iPhone actually slides right in there, just like that. And then I can slide the board. Now, the reason why I have these here is because I'll show you they have the camera height at the, it's close enough to the top of that styrofoam. So that other boat, obviously this boat cannot see the other boat till we sail up further, and then it starts to come up over the curvature, right? Okay. From boat to boat, we have about 64 inches or so. 64 inches. And let's take our third boat and put it over here at 32 inches. It's right at 32. Now, here's the problem. See the boat? See the boat? And those two boats can't see each other. I can see both those boats, they can't see each other. Now, the scale on this doesn't matter, because a sphere is a sphere is a sphere is a sphere. It doesn't matter how big it is, how small it is, how big my toy boats are. It makes no difference. The point I'm making is that we have the idea that curvature like this is what's causing boats to disappear as they sail away. Well, that happens in a very short distance. So what I'm saying is that if I can sit right here at our 32 inches, I'm on the same alleged water that they are on, yet do you see in the center, right below the yellow level, what is the ground doing there? See that curve? See that curve? That curve doesn't exist on the Earth. And it doesn't matter the size of the sphere. What I'm saying is that boat can't see that boat because of the curvature. So let's put that into a real world situation. If I went to the ocean and I looked all the way to my left and I see a boat off in the distance, and then all the way on my right I see another boat off in the distance. Between those boats is much more than 6 miles. And if you were on one of those boats, you might not be able to see the other boat. But I can do a point-to-point visual observation and see that that curve, let me back up, that curve doesn't ever exist. The water follows that, I'm going to try to put it on the bottom of the screen. The water follows like this, like a straight line. You would have to be able to see the curvature from this point of view, because from left to right I can see, who knows, 100 miles. And so those boats could be real far from each other and not see each other, but I can see them. And if you've ever been to the ocean, it's a straight flat line, and you can even take a level, put it on a stand, set it up at the ocean, and you will see that it is a perfectly straight line all the way across your view. pretty simple stuff. I mean, if you just make the observations, it's pretty simple. Flat Earth, where's your proof? You live on it. What happened to my camera? Oh, that thing's in the way again. Come on. I can't do start cam again. Yeah. I think that's all I got for now. I think. But I'm always thinking of playing a video on the way out. It's just easy. Oh, here's a cool observation. It's an illusion, and it kind of helps you, or helps to like picture what a curved, like when you're looking across the surface of something, and you zoom in really far, it actually makes any like variation in the height, it makes it very visible. It like accentuates the change in height. So if it's flat, you just see flat. But if it's going up or down, you'll see what I mean. I'm gonna play this video. See how bumpy the road looks? See how it looks like that truck is like driving all crooked? You see the ridges in the road and the hills and everything? It does not look like that in real life. But if that was water, you'd really see the curve. You know what I'm saying? Look at all that thing's going all crooked. That stop sign up there's like 3 miles away. Or no, like 2 miles away. So there you go. That was interesting. See all these lines right here? You know, like the paint on the road, the stripes on the road. See how they're like little squares? We all know that those are like 4 feet long and 6 inches wide or whatever. That's what they look like when you zoom in. So anyway, I'll try one more video. Let's see. I kind of feel like playing this one because everyone likes this one. So I'm going to play it. You guys ever met Ruth or ever seen Ruth before? She was 102 when Flat Earth Dave interviewed her, and we're going to watch it.
Tell me your name.
Ruth Heath.
Ruth, and how old are you today?
102.
102. So you were born in
1918.
1918. And we were just talking, and I asked you what shape the Earth is, and what did you say? What were you taught in school in elementary school?
I was taught in school that the Earth was flat.
And then what do you remember when they changed it to a globe?
Well, when they changed it, I remember when they changed it, but I can't remember the date or anything like that.
And did you believe them?
Yes, I did.
You did. Now,
I was young.
Right, and we all were told by people that we trust.
That's right.
Where did you go to school? Elementary school.
I went to Spur Glen School in Hamden, Connecticut. I lived on a farm and grew up with all kinds of animals. No electricity. A big white farmhouse.
Amazing.
And we had to walk to school. We didn't have a bus to take us to school. We had to walk to school and walk home through all bad weather. It was, living on the farm was a life of, I can't explain it.
So getting back to the flat Earth, you said that you're religious, that
yes.
you follow the Bible.
Yes, I do.
And are you aware that the Bible is all about the flat Earth? That God put the Earth on the footstool and separated the waters from the waters, and created the firmament. If you read Genesis, I'm not the Bible guy. I have friends that are so good at it, but there's over 200 verses in the Bible that refer to a flat earth.
That's right.
And I think there's only one verse that mentions earth as a circle, but just like this table right here, that table is a circle,
Right.
but it's flat.
That's right.
Right. A circle is different than a sphere. A sphere is the same in every direction.
That's right.
The circle of the earth. So how does it make you feel to realize that you were right as a kid?
It makes me feel better.
It does make you feel better, right?
Oh, it makes me feel alive.
Oh my God, that is so true. My whole life, I believe,
Yes.
what I was taught.
That's
and then
right.
when I discovered the flat earth,
I feel better about it.
because we are the center of creation.
That's right.
We are important.
That's right.
We are here.
We are God's children.
Excellent.
Yes.
I will,
I believe in God. I trust God. And when all the problems that are happening in this world today,
I'll give you some good news. A lot of the problems that they report on the news aren't even real.
that's right. That's right.
They're just keeping us in fear.
Keeping up. That's right. That's right. That's right. I understand that. I understand. They just say what they want people to know. They don't care about the Bible. They don't care about life. They only care about I, me, myself, and I. It's a different world.
So the globe deception that a lot of people say, and I believe, is literally by Satan to hide God and
That's
make
right.
people selfish
That's right.
and self-centered and not care and think that there's no consequences for their actions.
Right. I pray every night before I go to bed. And one night things weren't happening right. And I sat up in bed and I said, God, where are you? I need you right now. And I'm beginning to wonder, where is God?
God's right above us in the clouds. The heavens are right here. That's all that there is. And there's not infinite space. Did you know, wait, let me ask you a question, just switching topics a little bit, that we never went to the moon, that was all fake?
Is that right?
That's correct.
I saw that all happening.
Yeah, so did I, and we all believed it, but that was just to reinforce that people to believe they can live on a ball and they could walk on a ball. Nobody's ever been to space because space doesn't exist. There is no space. There's just this world.
Oh, it's such a lie.
It's such a lie, but knowing the lie is like going to a magic
I
show.
woke up.
Yes, that's what we call it. We call it red. This is your moment of waking up. It's when you go to see a magician and you know how the tricks are done, and the magic no longer works on you, and you're free from the illusion. So knowing this is going to free your
Makes me
heart.
Cry.
Yeah, that's okay.
It makes me cry.
Happiness.
Yes.
Tears of
yes,
joy.
Yes. Yes. I know that we were true, and they're hiding us.
Yes, it's good though.
It's good.
It's very good.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
I'm awake.
Yes.
I'm awake.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to end this video now, and I will try to give you some more information. Can you read? Are you able to read?
No.
You're not able to read.
No.
You're able to listen to things?
Well, I have to use up here
Okay.
because I'm legally blind.
I got it. All right. So you can't see how good looking I am?
No.
You just have to trust my opinion. This is the perfect woman for me. She can't see me. All right. Thank you so much.
That's my pleasure.
All right.
It's my pleasure to know that It's true.
It is absolutely true.
Oh,
But
it's amazing.
here's the thing: if you tell other people that aren't awake, they'll think you're crazy.
That's right. That's right.
That's their problem.
No, I believe it. I believe it.
Yeah.
Oh,
So good, right? I'm glad we met.
I'm so happy.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. It's right.
All right, I'm gonna. This is what I did. I was visiting my mother, and I asked who the oldest, most lucid person was, and they introduced me to Ruth. Ruth, right?
Yes.
And
right.
I encourage anyone else that has access to an old age home to do the same, because there's not many people like Ruth left that remember these things. We also talked about the World's Fair that she attended, and she said that the lights were the most amazing part.
Most amazing thing.
Yeah.
I never got over that. I never, all my life, it's right there. The lights were so bright. And living in the darkness for so many years as a child, all of a sudden the world opened up.
Amazing. All right, Ruth, thank you.
Thank you. I'm amazed. I'm so happy to know it's true.
It's true, and God created this world.
Yes,
and He's right here in the clouds above, close, not in an infinite universe. So good, right?
And I can't get over it. Made me cry.
Made me cry too.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Ruth, give me a hug. Here we go.
I need it.
All right.
Yeah, so the moral of the story is when you see these comments of people saying, oh, you need a 200-foot wave to cover a 200-foot... Think like Ruth would think. Like, it doesn't matter what the world wants to believe, a bunch of fables. You can see in this video that Ruth at 102 learned the truth. And she had already been taught the truth, but then she had been taught a lie. That's amazing. And you can tell by her reaction how amazing it is. So don't discount the truth. Don't reject it. Don't deny it. Don't ignore it. Don't argue against it. Don't fight against it. Accept it. So that's all I gotta say. Thank you guys for hanging out, and I will go live sometime soon, and we'll see you then. Check out my TikTok too. Same name, Effed Up World. Have a good one, guys.